From the early days of printing in Nigeria, dating back 1846, the setup of the first newspaper Iwe Irohin in 1859 to the eventual inauguration of the Nigerian Printing and Publishing Company in 1925, the printing business in Nigeria has continued to grow due to its viability, so that by 1980s, computers were introduced to the process, forcing letterpress to the back seat. Whatever the transitions are, the profession has grown to the point where a large pool of professionals now have a recognizable cluster. One of those is in Shomolu, a suburb in Lagos, southwest Nigeria. Today, that vicinity has become synonymous with printing of all sorts in Nigeria. This week in Community Report, our searchlight is beaming on Shomolu printing community. We're glad you could join us. I'm Olu Phillips. Welcome. Like every typical day on a Lagos street, this suburb comes no different in terms of human activity, paved road, buildings, and generally the scale of small businesses usually seen in residential areas of the state. For a visitor to this area, nothing may appear sophisticated about the makeup of the vicinity, but in it lies a fast-growing multi-million naira business spiraling out from Shomolu. Indeed, for some decades down the line, this area known as Shomolu has fast developed into a printing empire of a recognizable sort. Clearly a residential area by design, it's already grown into a hub of printing and printers with ancillary services by default. Almost every house has a shop or two in front of it, and in some cases, the entire building has been taken up for large-scale printing services. Although there are other parts of Lagos where printing jobs and activity is quite noticeable, like Mushi, Ikate, Idumagbo on Lagos Island, and more. Shomolu, however, stands out as a colossus with shades of printing. Why Shomolu as a hub? That's our concern for this program. Why do you all converge here? Tell us a story or the story you know as far as this is concerned.
Well, basically, I may not be able to answer that specifically, but what I know is like minds attract one another. Every industry, you tend to have professionals coming together, and the only result that can come from that is better job. So I don't know what is attracting people to Shomolu or myself. I just find that people are coming here and, we discuss printing as a whole. And if you have a situation like that, definitely it becomes a hub, and, it's a natural phenomenon. We used to compare with other areas too, and we compare the jobs from those areas. A lot of people come from Abuja, come from almost all parts of Nigeria, and they come to print in Lagos, and that shows the level of job that is coming out of Shomolu. It has become a community because that is what is binding all of us together, and like I said, over the years, some of us that are older, we have been able to imbibe that culture and have been able to train some younger ones to at least like I said, it's a community-based thing. And naturally people that grows around this area, they either they like it or not, they are introduced into the job early in life. Some of them have to pay through school with the stipends they get from those jobs. So it's a communal thing that has started over the years, especially for people living around there.
Though I was born into printing, my dad was a printer. He's a printer. He's still living. Still printing? Yes. My dad is a printer, so he still does these small things because he's in his 80s. So, you know, there are times you do have clients and they'll be patronizing you for long. So I was born into printing. Later, I was trained as a printer. I went out to train as a printer. So after leaving something, I left it a bit, went to school. I went to Yabatech, though I didn't do printing. I did accounting, ONG accounting. Though along the line, I get married. So after marrying, I went back to Osu to do, no, I didn't do, I went to do business admin. I got BSc in business admin, so I now came back to the job. Because, well, it's not easy to get a white collar job, so I now came back to the job. So maybe by going to school, that might be an advantage for me, because you'll be able to speak with clients. When you, at least if you face a lawyer, I'll be able to defend myself. There was even a time a lawyer, a businessman, that guy was trained as an insurance guy. He was telling me, yes, he's a learned person. I said, you are not a learned person. You are a lettered person, not a learned person. Because lawyers are the only ones that will be addressed as learned persons. So he looked at me and said, what? Are you a graduate? I said, what? I'm a graduate. But since I can't get a scholar job, a white scholar job, that was why I went back into printing. So that was why I came about printing.
Do you think your education has enhanced your business?
Sure. Very well. Very well. You know, I do print for these big time lawyers. Even I have a job at hand now. I do print for these NGOs. There is a well-known lawyer I do print for. So if you are not educated, because I have to scan the job myself. I have to edit the job myself. They will give me the draft. Giving me the draft, I have got to deliver within about 5 or 6 days. So I will edit the job, edit it properly, then send back to him. So we'll check it. If it's okay, okay, scan, print on. So he doesn't have time to go into the clean something. So I will do that for him.
So when you say edit, it means that some of the things write-ups on the book.
Some of the write-ups on, yes.
That's an added advantage.
That's an added advantage.
Extra for that.
Since he's a long time customer, I've been printing for him for about 12 years, though he doesn't pay me for that. But he knows I'm capable of doing it. So when he gets it, he just call me. Okay, Scott, let's print this thing. I want it in 4 days' time. So he send it through mail to me. So getting it through mail, I download, then go on.
To undermine or underestimate this printing hub as a business community is to be deceived by the unkempt look of the premises. But the practitioners here tell me that the volume and quality of work being churned out is comparable to none ever known in any part of the country. The business volume and boom may also be responsible for the property cost, which undoubtedly has risen significantly over the years.
An average job like an average shop like this, and starting, well, you will get it for about 10,000 a month. So, but any repairs and so on, these landlords they don't come in. When you have a leaking roof, no landlord comes in. So you do everything on your own. Getting the lights, getting this connected with NEPA, and so on. You know, it's not easy for you to run on Gen alone. If they bring the light for about, say, 2 hours or 30 minutes, you must be on NEPA. It's not easy while others are on NEPA and you are on Gen. Say because they don't usually give you on Gen, no. So you've got to mingle with your thing.
From the early callers, which dates back several decades ago, to the new entrants into the business and, of course, the community, printing here has moved from a norm amongst members of residents whose kids grew to inherit the trade and profession, to undergraduates and graduates who now make a living from the neighborhood. Abdul Fatai, our biochemistry graduate, is one of such examples of those who caught the bug and found his way here. I saw you trying to put some things. Are there finished materials into your car?
Yeah, almost.
Okay, almost. Are you a printer or a client?
I'm a printer.
You're a printer.
I have my office somewhere in Pedro.
Where?
Pedro.
Why did you come to Shomolu? What is it about Shomolu?
We print virtually on any surface.
Are you a contract printer or a professional printer? Because
Both.
I heard that.
Both.
I heard that.
Both.
Some people are contract printers who don't really do the job but can secure the job.
I do both, and I even do the design too.
Oh, really? That's interesting.
Yeah.
But before now, printing didn't used to be computer based.
Yeah.
What was that era like? Tell us a little about that era.
A little bit difficult. The few people that were into it then learned through the hard way, because most of the designs you have to cut, you have to cut and paste. It's a very tedious job.
I think I remember you use pencil, you write.
You use pencil, you cut. Each of the digital colors that is available now, you have to cut and paste each of the colors before you start printing. So it's a very tedious job. Very tedious.
So lead us, how did it run then? I mean, full scale of how it ran?
It's almost the same sequence, almost the same method, but it's just that now there is finance, and you know, the computer has been able to reduce the much effort that one needs to put in.